morning, beloveds. Sorry for the strange angle. But apparently landscape is not supported today. But at least it told me that. And so I'm just like, and rather than try and flip the thing, which took forever, which I can do, but I was just like, okay, you know what? We're not doing this. It's just been one of those days. I don't know. All right. So it is November 18th. Our title is One Nature, Not Two. Our author is Melinda Elliott Kramer from 1899. And this is in the Christology Connection, which I think was published in 2015. Okay. My eyes are being a little weird today, so you see how this does. The law of demonstration is worked from God by means of God action into visible expression. Because there is but one substance in the reality of our being, we are all of one nature. We have the same inherent possibilities, and each one can truthfully say, I have one nature, not two, which is a permanent state of harmony. For harmony is the eternal state of oneness. It is self-evident that we must start in Holy Spirit, the one, all, in our thoughts to draw correct conclusions. Then it is that we find that God has no substance to make Spirit's children out of but that which God is, that we in essence are wholly good and entirely divine, that there is no law to God save that of God's own nature. Wait, what? It's the same thing that I've been saying the whole time. There's nothing but God, okay? Everything that we see around us, all of it, it's all God, okay? So there's nothing but God, which means, so because, yeah, God, when I say God made us of God, for God, by God, we are made by God, of God, for God. I mean, if you get into quantum physics, literally, into quantum physics, they have the one photon theory, that everything that exists is made up of one photon on the quantum level. It just moves really, really fast. Or maybe it's not bound by time and space, but I mean, feel free to Google it. Google the one photon theory. But when you look into science, we're all made of molecules, which are made up of electrons, neutrons, and positrons. And those are made up of quarks. So when you get down to it on literally on an atomic level, then we're all made of the same substance. Literally. Everything varies by the number of protons, neutrons, and electrons. So it is literally all one substance. Like, literally all one substance. And so, whew, wow, everything about that was bad. Sorry. I forgot how the phone was tilted. So I picked up my water and knocked my phone off and then spilled my water. And yet it's all one substance. So, I think where probably if we read a little bit more into what she was saying, what we would see, because she talks about the inherent nature. Our inherent nature is harmony. Whatever it is that you want in this life, if it is in alignment with God, there's no reason why you can't have it. Okay. But if you want it, then where you want to go is harmony. So hence the first two steps of treatment. Okay. We talk about the first two steps of treatment somewhat regularly. The first step of treatment is recognition. There is one. And that's it. There's nothing else but the one. The second step of treatment is unification. Well, if there's one, then I must be a part of that one. Once you get there, then you are living in what she calls the harmony, what Melinda calls the harmony, and then anything we want should be available to us. We all have the possibilities. What is it that she said? We have the same possibilities. Okay, let me go back to that. I have one nature, not two, which is a permanent state of harmony, for harmony is the eternal state of oneness. It is self-evident that we must start in Holy Spirit, the one, in all of our thoughts to draw correct conclusions. Maybe it is, we are all of one, okay, it was further back. We are all of one nature, we have the same inherent possibilities, and each one can truthfully say. Okay, so we all have the same, we are all of one nature, we all have the same inherent possibilities. We all have the same inherent possibilities. What makes the difference? Choice. What do you choose to focus on? What do you choose to, what do you choose to believe? You know, what have you been taught? What do you, and if you grew up in an disharmonious environment, then this may be a little harder for you. And so that's where the steps of treatment can be really helpful. And you spend as much time in each step as you need. There are people who don't even need the first two steps. They can go right into the realization because they spend most of their time knowing that there is one and that they're part of that one. Because we use phrases like, the fullness of God is present in its creation, at every point in time and space, because God is not bound by time and space. So, people like that who carry that mindset can go right into the realization without necessarily needing to do the first two steps. A lot of us do the first two steps because, well, one, we're expected to, and two, it helps with the flow, it helps with us with the flow to get into the first couple of, it's like, look, there's one God there, and that God, that God, that presence, that one life, that's the life I'm living. I'm living that life. So are you. You are living that one life. Well, if we're both living that one life and we can come together and agree that we're both living that one life, then maybe okay, so we've already got common ground. And we can go from there to create harmony. And the thing about harmony is it's not one note. Okay? If we're going to use it from the music sense. Harmony is when you have two notes that sound good together. Or three notes or four notes that sound good together. A harmony is not one voice. It's several. It takes more than one. And so that is what we live in because we all come from the same source. And we can all sing the same song. If we all choose to sing the song of harmony, the world's a beautiful place. But when you got people who come in who are not interested in singing the song of harmony and they want to sing the song of chaos and what have you, well, that's disharmonious. And the rest of us are like, And then we treat that they remember who they are. We hold space for them to come back to the knowledge that they are beloved children of God. So, all right, not one nature, but not two. One nature, not two. One nature, not two. That's what I'm trying to say here. So she is making the point. It's all God. But I really like that she says we have the same inherent possibilities. We have the same inherent possibilities. It is up to us to make choices. Now, one of the choices that we do want to make sure that we make is that when we're in the position to help somebody, to do that. Yes, we all have the same inherent possibilities, but due to circumstances, our potentials may be different. So whenever we can level the playing field, it's a good thing. Equity is important. And Rita is trying to get in the closet. I don't know why. So All right. Just know that you will never look into the eyes of someone that God does not love. All right. And I like that she kind of ends it with, then it is that we find that God has no substance to make the children out of, but that which God is. That we, in essence, are wholly good and entirely divine. There is no law to God save that of God's own nature. So, the mission today, should we choose to accept it, is to know that we are wholly divine, or wholly good and entirely divine. That every living thing is wholly good and entirely divine, regardless of the choices that we make. And I know that, I mean, are you willing to go and look in your mirror and look yourself in the eye and say to yourself that you are wholly good and entirely divine? That is the challenge. That is the challenge. And once you do that, are you willing to do that for every living thing? And then expand it out of living things and into the inanimate. Wholly good and entirely divine. And yeah, there's some people walking around in the world that have made some interesting choices, and you're like, and you expect me to see them as wholly divine? Yes, they are still a beloved child of God. What we do then is hold the space that they come to know that they come to see themselves as divine and in harmony. Because I know there's some people walking around who think that they're divine and they're not acting like it. So they're not acting in love. But we'll treat until they do. All right, beloveds. We will also move our feet. So, you know, I'm a big believer of treat and move your feet. So it's like, yeah, treat everybody like love, act like love, and then sugar. Oh God, I'm so sorry. I'm trying to talk so that you don't hear this, and so I'm just going to move on into the you got your mission today, and the second mission is the mission of self-care, which is to do something loving for yourself, do something kind for yourself, do something compassionate for yourself, whatever that looks like. Oh, baby girl. Whatever that looks like. Be it big, small, doesn't matter. Point B to do that for yourself. The first suggestion I always give, and there's so many ways to do it. My ultimate goal is that everything you do is love, kind, and compassionate. So my first suggestion is to, I'm sorry, I'm just losing my mind today. My first suggestion is to take a deep breath before you speak. You will never speak to yourself more than you will speak. You will never speak to anybody more than you speak to yourself. Why not let everything you say to yourself be loving, kind, and compassionate? And then the other suggestion I make is the human equivalent of turning yourself back off and turning back on. Take a walk, take a break, take a nap. The ultimate goal is to make sure that everything you do is love, kindness, and compassion. Because you're a beloved child of God and you deserve your own love, kindness, and compassion. And then we can extend it to other people. But frequently it's easier to do it for other people than to do it for ourselves, which is why I encourage you to practice on yourself. All right, I am now completely discombobulated. So, in the mission of it's the spiritual practice of self-care. I also encourage you to eat dessert first. 1, I believe chocolate is the first step to fixing anything. 2, I also believe we don't know how long we've got. So I want you to use the good, don't save the good stuff. You know, go ahead and go out of your way and make an ordinary day extraordinary more often. Use the fancy dishware, the fancy glassware, the fancy silverware, the fancy clothes. Do it now. Do it now. Don't wait. Don't save it for special occasions. Make every occasion special. So try it. And then what she's talking about, she's talking about what nature not do. So that also is a reminder to us that joy is a quality of God. No matter what is going on in the world, you deserve joy. If joy is a quality of God, then joy is a quality of you. That's part of that divine nature. Make room for joy. Okay? Doesn't matter what's going on in the world. Doesn't matter what's going on in your life. You still deserve joy. And I would tell you it's necessary because it's part of hope. So, it's extra important when things are going a little weird to make room for joy. And you can do it in a variety of ways. I have a couple of sweet memories that I can pull up that are joyful. I also will frequently stop and cuddle a fur baby who is right next to me and now holding my hand. Literally, he's curled his paw around mine. So, and that brings me joy. So please make room for joy. All right. The rest of the suggestions are the basic self-care. Do something to engage your mind and your body, whatever that looks like for you. Drink plenty of water. Hydration is super important. You saw it as I spilled it all over myself, and I really want another drink, but I'm afraid of dropping the phone again. So not going to do that. Bright light. I haven't gotten any bright light yet this morning, so that's probably why I'm a little, because it's cloudy out there. The sun has not put on an appearance today. It was beautiful yesterday, cloudy day. The weather just keeps doing weird things. So if you need that extra assistance, 7 to 9 in the morning, 5 to 10 minutes. That's all it takes, a bright light. And artificial light will work too. If you need more support than the light in your house is giving you, and you are not getting any sun, as I am not today, then please take Google sun lamp or seasonal effect disorder lamp. They have the light at the particular wavelength of light that will help, especially as we move into the darker part of the year. All right. I'm just having a day. And it's okay. It's okay. So, my last one is that Ernest Holmes quote. Open the windows of your soul. Allow the breath of heaven to remind you that you do live in heaven right here, right now. It's all around us all the time. What she was talking about, there's one substance. That is what that quote from Ernest says. There's one substance, which means heaven is not a place we have to get to. Okay. Jesus said the kingdom of God is within you, right? So heaven isn't a place. It's a state of mind. It's a state of consciousness. And all of the things that I have said, all of the basic self-care will help you get there. Be loving, kind, and compassionate with yourself and others. Speak gently to yourself. Eat dessert first. It'll help you create that state of mind, that state of consciousness. And then when you realize that, then heaven can be any place you are. That's where it moves from a state of grace, which it always is, to a superpower. All right. Okay. This angle of I missed the proper. Yeah. Okay. Might have to try it on an iPad tomorrow then if it's still being weird. Okay. And you can always take Emma Curtis Hopkins' advice. Look for the good and praise it. Okay. I said okay a lot today. I need to drop that word out. I think they call it vocal fry. Right. Look for the good and praise it. Count your blessings. And as I will remind you, science will back me up on this. If you wake up in a grumpy mood, random acts of kindness or volunteer service, fastest way to change it. Gratitude will get you everywhere. Okay. All right. So we are Creative Life Spiritual Center, Creative Life Spark. I'm the running Rev Ryan on the social medias that I am on. I commend them to you. There are hours of content literally on both YouTube channels and both Facebook pages. So feel free to take advantage of all of that content. And then email info@creativelife.org if you want to know what's going on with the center. It is a constant contact. He really only does one a week unless there's something unusual happening. And that way the hot links are hot. If it says click here now, it'll take you right to the information you want, such as the Soul Session playlist or to the person that can help you get it. Okay. Deep breath. We are, yes, at the part where I get to, and here's where I get expansive and I'm out of frame now. So here's where I get to encourage you to have a great day, a wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanted day, a wonder-filled day, an awesome day, an amazing day. a get to know your one nature day, a recognize the substance day, a catter day, a get stuff done day, a run an errand for somebody day, a have mercy on somebody day, a I went and bought coffee for somebody today. That's what I'm talking about. Have mercy day, a get to know who you are day, a celebrate who you are day, a know that you're a beloved child of God day, a good day. And if that is too much pressure, simply have a day. You are enough, just as you are. You're a beloved child of God in whom God is well pleased and well represented. You are a brilliant light. You are a divine spark. You are spirit in motion. You are God in action. That is what we have been talking about today. Or as Reverend Jesse likes to call us, you're godly. Okay? Know the truth of your being. Explore the truth of your being. Peel back all of the layers of everything that you have ever been told that you are. And get to know who God knows you to be. All right? Peel back the boxes and the labels and, society and culture and religion. Peel all of that away and get to know who God knows you to be. I can promise you, as Melinda said, you are wholly good, entirely divine, and probably pretty cool. All right, beloveds. I'm just going to move into the process of whatever the rest of my day is going to look like because I have no idea right now. But I am going to remind you, Reverend David should be on around 5 p.m. with you. I'll be back with you around 9 a.m. tomorrow. Take care of yourself. Know that you are loved. And I will see you next time.